How about some car coffee talk with me? It's like midnight here in Pennsylvania. Okay, no, it is 4:44 p.m. and I'm just stepping out a little bit to a coffee break, and I wanted to talk to you about 12 of the most common ways that you're not losing weight or that you're struggling to lose weight. Now, I can help you with most of them, but I can't help you with everything. So I just wanted to talk to you because honestly, like, this is the time of year. If you're thinking about having a New Year's resolution, if you're thinking about making a change and losing weight, this is the time of year that you want to get your tools in place, because whatever you know today, if you're not living in your current health and fitness, if you're not feeling energized, if you're not at the weight that you want, you're not going to change it on January 1st. So you need to get some tools, you need to get some tips, and need to get some practices in place if you want to change it. Hey, Emily! Yeah, it's like midnight here in Pennsylvania. Look at the darkness. Okay, for real, it's 4:45 p.m. or something like that. So I'm just having some coffee. Of course, I've got my unicorn mug. And I'm outside of work just taking a little break and breathing. It's a breathing break. Because I just wanted to share 12 of the most common ways that you're struggling and not losing weight. And I have a list so I don't forget, because I've actually shared some of this list before and I've managed to totally skip number 6 because I just get so excited and so passionate when I start sharing. I just start sharing what's happening in my life and in my heart, and I end up missing things. So I have to write it down or I miss it. So the first thing that the number one reason that you're not losing weight is blaming others, circumstances, or things. So when you're blaming someone else, you're taking the responsibility off of you. So for example, I used to blame it on my work schedule. I used to blame it on I didn't have enough money. I didn't have a gym nearby. I didn't have a gym with daycare. I used to blame it on that all the free food around me. I used to blame it on not having time to make food. I used to blame it on other people and other situations and circumstances. And basically, it was just excuses, but because I wasn't putting it on me, it didn't give me the power to make the change, and therefore I kept living in that funk roller coaster for several years, most of the last 20 years, other than the last 2 years and 2 months. So I love to tell the story. If you've watched any of my live videos with Emily, or you've watched any of my videos, I love to tell the story about the howling dog. And there's a gentleman, he's walking down his sidewalk, and he walks past his neighbor. The dog's laying on the porch howling, and he looks up, he says, "Hey buddy, your dog's howling." He says, "Yeah, I know." He says, "Well, do something. Why is it howling?" He said, "He's laying on a nail." "Laying on a nail? Why doesn't he get up?" "Oh, it doesn't hurt bad enough." And that's what I find the blaming others, those excuses are kind of that it doesn't hurt bad enough scenario. So in reality, I can't help you with that excuse. If you're blaming others and you're taking everything out on everybody else's excuses, you're blaming it on time, you're blaming it on work, you're blaming it on hours, you're blaming it on gyms, you're blaming it on your spouse, on your kids, on your whatever. If you're blaming things on somebody else, then you're not in a position to actually own it. So in that case, I can't help you with that. So if you're blaming other people and other things, I can help you when you're ready to actually be at that lowest point or be at that decision point. When you're ready, I can help you, but I can't help you when you're blaming others or blaming other circumstances, because I can absolutely find anybody in my team with your exact same circumstances making it work. I have truck drivers who go on long hauls losing 40 pounds the last 2 months. I have high ranked CEOs and operation and facility and company managers who work insane work schedules and who are making it work, prepping and working out. I have single stay-at-home moms. I have working single moms. Like, you name your situation, whether it's from being on disability or even welfare, we have somebody with your same circumstance who's making it work. So while you're blaming your circumstance or blaming others, I can't help you, but I can guarantee that when you're ready, You can make it happen, and I can help you then. So number 2, the second reason that you may not be losing weight, number 2 is accountability and support, and the fact that you're lacking accountability and support. I can't tell you how huge the last 2 years and 2 months the accountability and support has been for me in staying on path, as far as having someone to show up for, because you don't always want to show up for yourself. I have several mornings that I don't wanna. I have several afternoons that I don't wanna, but I know that I have people who are watching and looking for me. And so accountability itself, it's not a magic wand. I'm not gonna like bop you with accountability and you're gonna like magically have Jen show up at your house every time you want to eat a cake or cookie. I'm not gonna show up there and make your food and make you work out. I'm not gonna like get in your bed and scream at you, don't hit snooze, go work out. That's not what accountability is. Accountability is actually the opposite. Accountability is you being willing to be vulnerable and to commit yourself to us, that you're going to be willing to jump in and show up on our 6 a.m. workouts, or you're going to be willing to post your sweaty selfies, or you're going to be willing to post some food and post some questions and do your check-in every 30 days with your weights. Like, accountability is a very vulnerable thing. It's not something that I'm going to like come and micromanage you. You very much have to do the work, and you will learn so much by doing the work. So accountability is something, or lacking support, that people often have. I can't tell you how often someone's making a health change and they're the only one making the change in the house. And that can be really hard, and it can be struggling. It can be hard to be the only one in your house wanting to eat vegetables, or wanting to feel good in your skin, or wanting to lose weight. And when you're up against a house full of junk food that you have no choice because you don't bring it home, you're going to want a team of people to come around you and say, I know how that feels, you can do this, who can virtually high-five you, who can get on the phone with you and high-five you and talk you through it, who can text you, or who can meet you out and have a healthy dinner out. You're going to want that group of people and that accountability. The next one, number 3, not being willing to make sacrifices. I can't tell you how many times I hear people say, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to give up my soda. I want to lose weight, but I'm not giving up my latte. I want to lose weight, but I'm not getting rid of my chocolate and ice cream. I want to lose weight, but I'm still going out to eat. Like, I'm not saying you have to give up all those things forever, but understand that all those things you're holding on to are what made you who you are right now. And focusing on what you're giving up is going to make your journey super short. If you start looking at all the things you gain, all the new friends, all the confidence, all the energy, all the swagger, just feeling sexy in your clothes, like, you are going to gain so much in your personal relationships, in your work relations. You're going to gain so much in your life. So focus on all the new foods you get to try. Focus on all the things you're gaining, not the things that you're giving up. Am I saying you're never going to have soda? No. In fact, our nutrition mindset course can teach you how to have a healthy relationship and a balance and not be restrictive, but follow principles that make you feel better. And I'll tell you what, as someone who used to buy a case of soda every week a case of soda was part of my necessity on my shopping list, I now don't miss it. Yes, occasionally I'll enjoy a Coca-Cola. Occasionally. After a race, it tastes really good. Like, after my long race, my endurance race, the 35 miler, I had soda at least 3 of the loops, and that tasted really good. But I don't think I've had soda since September, and I don't miss it. So when you're like saying but, we're taking you right back to the excuses with item number 1, where you're just not ready. And unless you're ready to give up and sacrifice something to get this new, greater future, it's not going to work for you. And that's why you're not losing weight, because you're trying to hang on to the past instead of grabbing all these great things that could be coming your way. So what I want to encourage you is that there's a lot of good coming. And instead of looking at it as a sacrifice, look at it as an investment. Look at it as an investment of this greater future. How much better will it feel to be in your skin, to have energy, to not have to wear extreme cover up? Like, how will you feel to be in a better position like that? Number 4. Ooh, this goes right to the gut. Number 4, the number 4 reason that you are not losing weight is you just keep quitting. I have showed several times over the last few weeks that my weight loss journey has been an up and down squiggle. I did not lose 111 pounds straight down. It was a squiggle up and down. If I would have taken any of those ups as my moment to quit, it would be over. But guys, this is life. This is life. Hey Meg, thanks for joining. This is life. So there is no quitting on your health. Like that bill of however you're taking care of yourself right now is going to come due. And I feel very passionate. I've had some situations in my life recently where it has become very evident that when you get to that big thing that's going to happen health-wise in your future, you want to be in the physical shape, the best physical shape, the best health shape, the best healthy mindset that you can be when you get to that challenge. And the way you do that is instead of putting it off and waiting till later, you take care of it now. That bill, you cannot stop. Yes, Emily, you can't stop that bill from coming due. So whatever you are paying into right now, you're setting up for that future. And you have to answer for it. You have to answer for it. So quitting, yes, you are going to have bad days that you eat a whole cake. Like, I'm not even talking one piece of cake. You eat the whole cake, okay? Worst case scenario, you eat a whole pizza pie and a whole cake. Side note, you really need our nutrition mindset course because right there is something to do with emotions. That sort of binge eating's not hunger eating, that's emotional. And depending on what's going on, you may honestly have to talk to a professional, a therapist or a counselor of some kind, because that sort of eating is not for food. It's not because you're hungry. It's you're trying to mask something else. So that's a sidebar. But even if you have that day that you eat the whole pizza pie and you eat the whole cake, it doesn't matter. That is not a fail unless you just go downhill from there and you just keep doing whatever you want and you don't pay attention anymore. So the quitting, you got to quit quitting. If you're going to quit something, quit quitting. The next thing, number 5, you may not be losing weight if you're drinking your sugar. If you are drinking your sodas, your juices, your pumped up lattes. Sugary beverages are the most fattening in our food supply because your brain doesn't comprehend and make adjustments for those calories. I had a visual in my group in fall. We were going over some different treats and someone was having a mudslide as their treat out. The mudslide they had was comparable to one of those huge triple chocolate by death with ice cream pieces of cake. Now, when you get your mudslide, it's not usually your dinner. The mudslide is usually along with appetizers, dinner, a night out with dessert. But the calories in that one mudslide drink is exactly the same as eating the huge, oh my God, that's too big for me, chocolate cake with ice cream. But nobody looks at that mudslide or looks at that latte at breakfast as that many calories. And not only do you not look at it, your brain doesn't look at it that way. So you're still taking in all the calories and fat of a meal on top of having a meal. So you actually end up drinking your calories and all that healthy eating's kind of negated. So that's one of the other, that is reason number 5 that you may not be losing weight. Hey, Alicia. Thank you for joining me on Coffee Chat. In my Jeep, taking a little coffee break at work. Number 6, you're stuck in a rut. Ooh, I can help you if you're stuck in a rut. Because all being stuck in a rut means is that you're waiting for something. You're waiting for a deadline. You're waiting for a new challenge. You're waiting for someone to help you. You're waiting to do something. You're just in a holding pattern, in a waiting. I can help you with that. I'm going to be on the phone tonight with Shaun T himself, International Super Trainer. You can join me. Just message me your email address and I'll get you on there with him. He's coming out with a 20-minute program that is going to revolutionize your body and your health and fitness in 6 weeks. Now, that's something new. That's something fun. That can help you get stuck out of the rut. So I can definitely help you with being stuck in a rut. But again, it's waiting. Okay, here is number 7. Get ready for it because I cannot help you with this. And I'm going to be a little honest. Number 7. Can't help you with this one. It's a bad attitude. There is no helping you. I cannot help you if you have a bad attitude. Basically, a bad attitude is, I don't care. I don't care how I look. I don't care how I feel. I don't care about my energy. I don't care what I eat. I don't care. I don't like those sweaty selfies on Facebook. I don't like those healthy food pics. Who do these people think they are? I don't like those fitness people always showing me before and afters. I don't like. That's a bad attitude. And so you're probably not even watching this if you have a bad attitude because you're probably not looking to feel better. But having a bad attitude, I cannot help you with except for to tell you, you got 60 seconds, change it. Like your energy, your mindset and energy absolutely can change your attitude, and that's where all your happy comes from. But if you have a bad attitude, I can't change that for you. Looking at, unfriend me, block me, leave me. Like, I'm not your people then. Like, if you don't want to be healthier or happier, or you're just like rolling your eyes and saying, I hate another sweaty selfie. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate that. Like, you're not going to do anything hard with a bad attitude. And I will be real, evicting 111 pounds and staying true as the scale goes up and down, that's hard. But if you're stuck in a mental funk, if you're stuck in a bad mindset right now, in a negative attitude, I can't help you. I can help you when you're ready to change that bad attitude, because I will tell you, I have yet to meet someone who doesn't smile after a workout. Challenge me, and I double dare you to do 20 jumping jacks right now, and I bet you feel better. Even if you have knee issues or you have physical issues, you can't do jumping jacks, even just standing up and walking a little bit, going up the stairs, like please don't do 20 jumping jacks if you can't, and then tell me that I hurt you. Be reasonable with that. But if you're stuck in a bad attitude, I can't help you, but I can help you when you change it. And let me tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it to change it, because you just have such a better life when you have a better attitude. Number 8. You don't want to invest the time or money. You want a new body and a new life, but you're not willing to purchase tools or connect yourself to a community or do something to give you that result. So for example, I'm not willing to go to bed 30 minutes earlier to wake up 30 minutes earlier to do the 20-minute workout I just talked to you about. I'm not willing to wake up 30 minutes earlier. I'm not willing to give up my snooze. I'm not willing to give up that coffee I talked about in the earlier one. If you're not willing to make a change, you can't expect to have something different. There's not going to be an accountability fairy who just wakes up and you boom, are all better. That's not going to happen. So again, you are worth investing in. And this is something where if you don't want to invest in yourself, if you don't want to invest money or time, I find that it's a combination of either having a bad attitude or having a self-worth issue. I want to be careful with that because I personally had a self-worth issue. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I still, every once in a while, have to remind myself of my worth, and I'm worth the investment, and I'm worth feeling good, and I'm worthy. It breaks my heart when someone thinks they're not worth enough to feel good and healthy. It really does. And so often, if someone actually went through their bank account receipts and saw where they spent money, they would see they're probably spending money on things to make themselves feel better. And in reality, they could make a one-time purchase, make a one-time investment, and have it pay back to them so much more. Number 9 reason that you may not be losing weight is you are comparing yourself to others. I can't tell you how many times I hear, oh my God, Jen, I don't know how you do it. I could never go to a party and not have a cake. I do have cake. There are times that I eat cake. There are more times than not that I don't. But this is my day 800. This is my day 800 compared to your day 0. So you can't compare your day 0 to my day 800, and exactly, Emily, comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare yourself to someone, you're either tearing yourself down and putting yourself down, saying you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not as good as them, you're in a bad place, or you're tearing them down and saying, look, I'm better than them, look, they're not as worthy, they're not as good. Whenever you're putting somebody down, you're not going to win. And especially if you're putting yourself down by comparing yourself to someone else, you're putting yourself down while you want to try to do something extra, while you want to try to push yourself to do something hard. Like, there was some video I saw once, and it was like they were trying to carry these heavy buckets of water while people were shouting at them, you can't do it, it's too heavy, you're not strong enough. And it actually was harder to do when they were being shouted out negative. And when you're comparing yourself to someone else's journey and putting yourself down, you're making your journey harder for yourself. We are all born under different circumstances, in different locations, in different moments, and all at a different moment of our journey. Whether you have spent 1 hour in investing in training and figuring out what your body is and what you want to do with it, or whether you have spent 10,000 hours, you can't compare each other. Even two people that have gone through the same training class can't compare themselves to each other because they have different mindset and other issues that they're working through. So comparison is going to stall you. It is going to stall you, so just do not do it. Again, this is my day 800 and something, like 805 or 806. Number 10 reason you may not be losing weight is you're wishing for it instead of working for it. I wish I was a size 2. I wish I had that body. I wish I had those muscles. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. Okay, then turn that wish into a work. Because I can guarantee you, if you're willing to not quit and keep going forward and lean in, let us connect you to the tools that will get you there. We can get you the work, get you the proven systems to get to that goal that you want. And there's a 100% money back guarantee. So I love the fact that you can get that guarantee back. Number 11, this is a big one. This is something I still work and struggle with. It's getting enough sleep. Sleep is extremely important for your body to repair itself and heal and recover. It gives you better focus and clarity in the morning and energy throughout the day. Since I've been following our Mindset Nutrition course, I have learned so much. And when I sleep less than 7 hours, I see my eating tracking struggling. I see that I make extra notes of either extra little things I grabbed to eat or extra food, or I was feeling hungry at extra different times of the day, because I found that when I don't sleep as much, I'm hungrier. And again, that makes sense because we get our energy from food. And therefore, if you are fatiguing yourself by not sleeping enough, you are going to feel more hungry, and therefore be more likely to not lose weight because you will end up overeating. So sleeping is extremely important. Number 12, and my final why you may not be losing weight right now. Number 12 is skipping meals or not eating enough. I can't tell you how often people are surprised at how much food that they get to enjoy while they're losing weight. And it's because they were depriving themselves for so long that they were in these rabid binge cycles of getting to eat, like skip that meal. They would hold it for so long, and then they would end up just grabbing everything because they were too hungry, because they let themselves go. And by skipping breakfast, skipping lunch, trying to be good so they could lose weight, by the time dinner came, they were ravenous and just grabbing anything in the office on the way out or grabbing anything on the way home. I used to do this. I would be good and skip lunch or not have a healthy snack. And then by the time I was driving home from work, I'd go through the drive-thru because I was too hungry. And not to mention just depriving yourself and all the other things it does for your systems. Like, food is not the devil. Food is not evil. We need food to have energy, to build our cells, to give us everything that we need. what is the evil or the unhealthy part is our relationship with food, which again is what my Mindset Nutrition course speaks to. And it helps you have that relationship with food so you can release the stress and release all that pressure that you give on yourselves. And just to have a healthier relationship with food, because it's going to be in your life for the rest of your life. So if you're struggling now at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, if you're struggling now with how to control yourself at Thanksgiving or holidays or birthdays, or you're struggling with how to control yourself during the day, if you're doing really strict time nutrition that you're not eating for 12 hours straight and then just go crazy and eat everything after that mark period, those are unhealthy relationships that are going to help you gain weight instead of lose it and feel empowered. So what I love to be able to offer you is our Mindset Nutrition course so you can feel empowered about your food choices and release that, because it's going to be in your life the rest of your life. So that was my last one, is you may not be eating enough. And so I have the tools to sit down with you and help you go through that. I personally, if I was just sharing these things for myself, if I was just on my journey for myself and I didn't want to help anybody else, I wouldn't share the tips that I do. I try to document my journey for you and share little tips and things that I do, but I'll be honest, this is also a business. I invest in my business and in sharing to show you there's value to purchase. When you join me, you're making a small purchase for a lot of value that's going to help you have a healthy relationship with food, give you that community to lean into, to dig into, and help you succeed and push through when all the other times you haven't. And there's so much of a difference that I want to make, because I was that person who needed someone like me. I was sitting there at 300 pounds for the third time in my life, upset that the doctor said nothing's wrong with you. And all those medical tests, those hundreds of dollars of bills, and not even pre-diabetic. I was upset that nothing was wrong with me because it meant I had to deal with it, and I did it to myself. And I know how low that feels, and I know how hard it is to start, and I know how hard it is to continue. I know how hard it is to start, feel like I fail, give up and hide, and then push back forward again. And all I can promise you is no matter how hard it is worth it. It is worth it for your better health and your better good. So if you have been watching me for 2 years and watched my journey, if you've been watching me for the last 6 months or 3 months, stop watching me and join me, because it is so much funner. I keep using that fake word, but it's so much better in a community and actually having all the tools. I just give you little tips and highlights of pieces that help me and that I work with. You can purchase all the tools that I have and I will help you. It's 100% money back guarantee. You have no risk, no loss in that sense. And like I said, this is a business. I'm not going to give you everything for free. One, you've probably had everything for free anyway and you didn't do it. Otherwise you would be not looking for a solution, if I'm real, right? And two, if I paid for it, why should I give it 100% to you for free? I made the investment in myself. And I can tell you time and time again, people that find a way to make an investment in themselves tell themselves in that purchase, I'm worthy. When you make that purchase and you find the income and you find the way to save or however you do it to make a purchase, you're telling yourself you're worthy, and you're actually pushing through one of those barriers and excuses that I shared about earlier. But I want to make a difference. So absolutely, please let me know. You see Emily and I come on every Tuesday night. And share tips to help you. Last week we were talking about consistency. We've barred off an everyday since then in our private group. We've been sharing more tips to help people stay consistent and get consistent. And we just try to give as much value as possible. But in the end, I can give you everything in the world, but unless you're ready and willing to invest in yourself and take charge of your own health and fitness, and you really see that your choices today determine what shape you're in when your future bill comes due, that you're not only affecting yourself by your choices, but you're affecting your children and your significant other and your family by your choices. Because when you need help in the future, where do you think you're going to get the help from? And that may sting. That may be hard to hear, but I'm just trying to be honest. I don't want to meet who I would be had I not said yes 2 years ago. I was on a steady increase to gain more and more weight. And surely I got off lucky that I had not even pre-diabetes. But surely it was coming for me. Surely there was something coming for me in the future at that pace and that health that I was going. I was already on 2 doctor-prescribed vitamins. And thankfully, like with my daily nutrition shake, I don't have to take any of those vitamins anymore. I can donate blood. So all of those things are just so important for the future. And it all starts today, because our choices today are what take us to the future, right? So I would love to talk to you more if you have any questions. Like I said, we have an awesome program coming out. Shaun T himself, international super trainer. He'll be sharing with us tonight at 8:30 p.m. Get to be on a video call with him. So message me your email address if you'd like me to get you on that call with him to hear the details. And like I said, I'm not offering a gimmick. It's how to have a healthy relationship with real food, how to move your body and have fun, and a community of supporting people. And if you found any value in anything that I've shared, please feel free to share my video. I thank you for paying it forward. So if you share my video, private message me your address so that I can send you a thank you gift. And please, as always, let me know if there's something you want me to address. You can let me know and I can address it privately, or I can address it in a video for everybody to benefit from and just say you didn't tell me. But I would love to share and help, because it is my passion to help those people like me who were stuck and who were in pain. I can't share enough about how it is worth the journey. It is worth the journey. So thank you guys so much for joining me. My coffee break is over, so I'm going to head back in and finish up the day, and I will see you guys later. Message me your email address if you want to get on the call with Shaun T. If you have any questions about my programs, I would love to chat with you either on the phone or in message or email. And have a fantastic Monday night. Hopefully you're on the call with me, and let's do this. Woohoo!